Hello everyone, welcome back on the AgriAdventures radio video interview on Radio Italia Uno and on Facebook and the AgriAdventures socials channels. Today we'll interview Alex Schulkin, which is the winemaker for the Other Right wine, natural wine in Adelaide Hills. Enjoy. Hello everyone. Welcome back on AgriAdventures YouTube channel and Facebook and on Radio Italia Uno. And today we have Alex, and Alex is a winemaker for The Other Right. Is that correct?
Yep.
Which I tasted one of the wines that he makes. Was a Pinot Noir 2019, I think, if I don't remember.
Would have been.
Yeah. And it was to me really surprising. That's why actually we have this whole chat today, because it was a natural wine, and we will speak about it during this episode. So follow us, don't run away. 50 minutes new format for this AgriAdventures program. Okay, Alex. Okay, Alex, would you like to say something about you? Like, what's your profession, where you're from? You have a little accent that tells me that you're not straight Australian, if is that correct?
And that's very true. I'm really not a straight. Well, I'm not a straight anything. I'm a citizen of the world.
Okay.
I was born in St. Petersburg in Russia and spent 20 years of my life in Israel. Came with my family to Australia in 2009, so it was 11 years ago, and we've been here since. I have been working at the Australian Wine Research Institute, and together with my partner Galit, we have been making The Other Right wines a reality.
Wow. Okay, that I didn't know that. I was not aware. So it's more like see the surprise. Traveling, I believe you've been traveling a lot around the planet too.
Probably comparing to the average. I wish I'd traveled more. I've only been to Italy once. We spent a honeymoon there.
Oh, cool.
So that was good.
What do you do to the Wine Institute?
I'm involved in a project that looks at wine texture. Wine texture is not texture in general, is not flavor, and it's not color, and it's not taste. Tactile sensation, the receptors, nociceptors, they're the same receptors that perceive pain and heat and texture. And we're looking at what triggers those receptors. Texture properties of wine, the first and foremost to go to is astringency. Mm-hmm. That puckering, drying sensation in the mouth, but also hotness. Sometimes there is some alcohol hotness or not non-alcohol hotness. There could be some viscosity. They could be bubbles in sparkling wine. They tickle our palate, our tongue, and so we're looking at all those sensations and what in wine triggers and drives them, and how wine can be made differently so we could modify and achieve those desired properties.
You were actually speaking about one of the senses that the people is less considering to be part of wine testing experience, and is one of they've been mentioning to. It was that all the senses that we have, they are involved in the wine testing experience, because you can find the consistency, as you said, or the tannin, and then they are all this tactile. That's really, really interesting, because it means that it is possible to change these characteristics in the wine. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Given certain efforts in the right direction, a desired outcome, and how far you are prepared to go as a winemaker. Some people are liberal with the techniques they're employing that gives them more control, more precise control of what they want to achieve. In our game, going back to the other right as an example, where we make a vino naturale, we use very little technique, and we are still able to achieve certain characteristics of wine texture with what we have, even given the limited arsenal of tools.
Would you like to tell us, because natural wines are kind of still not known well in Australia, and they are seen a little bit in a weird way. So why did you decide to move in this world of winemaking?
Exactly that, because they were seen in a slightly weird way, and I found it fascinating. This is really the title of the story, not the main story. The main story is I found them more interesting on many levels. One is the environmental impact. Natural wine involves organic agriculture and viticulture, and in my view, it's a better way to treat our planet. The wine itself less prescribed and less regimented. As a result, it's a lot more diverse, and diversity is, I find it being a very satisfying thing. It's just like travel. You can live in the same country, or you can travel around and experience more things. The same with wine. Wide variety means more colorful experience. Last but not least, I generally find them a lot more fun. It could do with a second thing, really, with the diversity.
Okay. That is, you're saying, Miley, what I found in wine that I've been testing. Like when one of the main characteristics that I found, it was like there was a fermented juice. The wine I tasted was a fermented juice.
That's what wine is to me.
There was a really high level of acidity, and I had a really young tannin, which made it like, whoa, I'm surprised. The nose, it was still playing the normal game. I mean, it was something different. And the color was exactly saying what was his age. I mean, it was a purple shade with ruby reds, and it was light like a Pinot Noir, and it was unfiltered, so I could even see that too. When I moved that at the mount, I found like, whoa, okay, we have to be careful. We're not speaking about the classic wine. Like, it's something different. And to me, it was fun because I've been traveling, I've been testing wine in different countries, I've been testing natural wines before, and therefore I'm open. Like, my spectrum of vision in terms of wine is probably like yours. The idea is I'm looking for an experience. I'm not looking to just get drunk. I mean, that is the main topic. But when I was drinking it, I thought, me as professional in hospitality, this wine will be really, really difficult to communicate to the final customer. So from your side, like, for what I understand is more what you're doing, your main job is working and studying behind this concept of tactile. And the wine itself is more your passion, which means you're not going to be, you don't need to be too commercial. Is that correct?
Not really.
Oh.
Both wine research and winemaking are my passions, and they are both full-time jobs. It's just so I have to, and I'm very lucky to have Galit beside me, sharing the load with the other right. So we spend roughly an equal amount of time doing things involved with it. And yeah, another full-time job at the Wine Research Institute. I'm equally passionate about the two. Yeah, I wouldn't say the wine, to me, the wine is not that unusual, especially the one you were talking about. On the natural wine scale, it's perfectly normal, quote unquote, wine. But of course, it's a little bit more diverse. You were referring to earlier on that natural wine is more likely to be to have all those characters that are could generally be perceived as negative ones, but it's to do with a wider spectrum. You just have more of everything. And that's not to say that you have to like every natural wine, just like you don't have to like every wine that is conventional. Yeah, to answer your question about commercial, the Other Right is a perfectly commercial venture. It's a business. We buy grapes, we buy equipment, we spend time, we sell wine for money, so that it's not less commercial than any other venture. It might be on a smaller scale, but it's far from being a hobby. People who are into what we do, they normally say when they go out, they go to natural wine bars or restaurants that serve natural wine, and it's well known where they are and what they are. I'm sure some people become disillusioned as well, and look for something more consistent, more expectable, something more predictable.
I like that.
There is a bit of everything.
Yeah. Would you like to tell us, like, where is possible to get your wines? Like, are they only from the website, or they're sold?
In Adelaide, there would be places like the Parade Cellars, Hut Street Cellars. They would be and Goodwood Cellars as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, there would be other online wine merchants, and some of them are based in Adelaide, and some others aren't, but they still ship. And I really have no control or even rough knowledge what they have left. And
yeah, that is. So the website is theotherrightwines.com.
That's correct.
Okay. Do you have a Facebook page or Instagram or?
We have an Instagram page, and that's called The Other Right.
The Other Right. So if somebody is interested, is any of our followers, they're interested to find your wines, they can go on the website, they can follow the Instagram page.
Absolutely.
And do you have a winery?
We have a winery. We don't have a cellar door per se, but we welcome visitors to come and have a chat and have a taste, flicking us a message on Instagram or sending us an email.
Okay.
And we'll communicate from there.
Okay. And the winery is in Adelaide Hills?
It's in Adelaide Hills, in Ashton.
Ashton. Okay. Good. So for people that's following us now, you don't have excuses. We know that it's in Adelaide Hills. It's not really far away, 20 minutes, 25 minutes from Adelaide, and you're done. You can go on the website, you can flick a mail, and you can ask, can I come to visit next weekend that we're going to taste some natural wines? We want to see the difference. And then done. And you go to see Alex and his partner, and then they're going to show you a little bit around.
It will be a pleasure.
Perfect. Okay, so thank you very much for being following on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. No, Instagram probably not, because this format doesn't work. I'm still figuring out to have the right format for one and for the other. It's a mess. And on the radio too. Thank you, Alex, for having us with you today and explaining us about the natural wines and what you've been doing at the that is at the Waite campus, is that correct?
Waite campus, yep, the Australian Wine Research Institute.
Perfect.
Thank you very much for having me. Grazie mille.
Grazie a te. Buona giornata.
Buona giornata.
Hello, I hope that you enjoyed this week interview with Alex Schulkin and regarding his passion and work in the wine industry at the Wine Institute in Adelaide, and regarding his own personal choice of winemaking in the natural wines. If you liked it, thumb up, lovely. If you love it, leave a comment and ask questions, because that is the most interesting thing. See you the next time here on the AgriAdventures platforms and on Radio Italia 1 Adelaide. Have a good day. Ciao.